Hello there, my name's Felix Glover and I'm here to talk to you about vodka. Now you probably think vodka's a colourless, odourless spirit that you drink on a Friday night and gets you pissed. Well, there's a lot more to it than that, I can tell you. The history, fascinating. Originally produced in Poland and Russia in the Middle Ages, it spread to Scandinavia in the 16th century. Vodka comes from the word voda, meaning water. The water of life, perhaps. Originally produced using wheat, rye or barley, the technique eventually embraced the potato. Vodka is generally produced using spring water. Production with the potato rather than grain is a more expensive process, and this incidentally is what's used in luxusova. Translated means luxury. As with all things, there are good vodkas and bad vodkas, and let's face it, you wouldn't want to be drinking this on a Friday night, would you? Probably not even on a Monday.
Felix, come to bed and bring the vodka.
Turned out nice again. Purification methods for vodka during the 14th and 15th centuries were quite crude. The invention of the Liebig condenser in 1771 revolutionised vodka distillation and did much to encourage mass production.
My name is Ian Wiśniewski. I'm a spirits writer. I love all spirits, but I particularly love vodka. Coming from a Polish family, of course, I grew up on a staple diet of vodka, so it's always had a very special place in my heart. Okay, well here we have two rye vodkas. Królewska and Wyborowa, both distilled from rye, so that then gives them a specific sort of flavour profile. And the Luksusowa is a potato vodka, so that's going to have a different flavour delivery to the rye. Obviously it's a different raw material. So we're going to start with the Królewska, which, as I mentioned, is a rye vodka. Okay, so with rye vodka, you have a nice, spicy, savoury, sort of luscious quality. And that's going to be totally different to the Luksusowa, which we'll try now. The Luksusowa has a totally different sweetness. It's a much lighter bodied vodka, and it's creamy. If you think of creamy mashed potatoes, that's the kind of flavour you get. So it's totally different from the rye vodkas, which will give you a savoury, sort of richer, fuller-bodied, different kind of sweetness. Now, comparing the Wyborowa to the Luksusowa, the Wyborowa has a much sort of nuttier, spicier flavour. If you think of a fresh loaf of rye bread, that's the kind of flavour you get. Whereas with the Luksusowa, you have a creamier, lighter sweetness, it's lighter bodied. And if you think of really good buttery mashed potato, that's the kind of creaminess you get on the palate.
What I love about Polish vodka is it actually tastes good. Luksusowa is a brand which I discovered in 1995 on one of my first visits to Poland, and it changed my perception of what a vodka should be about. This is a delicious vodka. It's very smooth, it's well rounded, it's buttery. I believe that's because it's made from potatoes, which again in the UK is unusual. I know that since 1928 they've been making this brand by the gallon, and I know it's a favourite with a lot of Polish people. And if you visit somebody at home in Poland, it's very likely you'll be served Luksusowa as a wonderful aperitif or something to have with your dinner.
It goes very well with Polish food. It's great to have on the table instead of having a bottle of wine. Obviously, the evening turns out slightly differently when one has a bottle of Polish vodka on the table instead of a bottle of wine. But it really sort of cuts through the sort of sour cream, the pierogi, the potato cakes, etc. taste that you find common and that I really love about Polish food, and vodka just complements it so well. It's a great way to drink vodka.
It strengthens the body and lengthens the life.
It's a very fat vodka. It tastes really of a lot of substance. It doesn't taste like Absolute. It's quite fat and it doesn't give you that weird twinge afterwards. It tastes very smooth, actually, extremely smooth.
Salut na zdrowie, 100 lat, 100 lat. I think it's usually just how easily it's drinkable. That if it's pure, you can taste it. If it's a cheap brand, it's usually quite, well, it's tainted and you can taste the chemicals.
I'll drink the company dry. And if they'll offer me that, I will drink the company dry, because basically I can drink any company. Can I have another one, please? I can drink any company dry.
Very, very naughty. All sorts of naughty things.
It's a sort of beautiful end of the evening drink when you're already in love.
Wódka to nie tylko wódka. Na zdrowie. It's good. It's good. I drank it almost half of this little glass, and I don't need to eat anything after or drink after. So.
Yachida.
It's like drinking a coffee with milk or drinking a coffee with cream. It has that lovely texture in the mouth.
Here's to Poland. What a lovely country they must be. I must go there sometime. I do seem to remember waking up beside people that I don't remember meeting in the first place, and I'm sure I could blame that entirely on the vodka.
Oh, I don't know if I want to tell you, actually. Blackouts, socks, trays, toilets with the seat down, friends, close encounters, regrets. Yeah.
I find it it sometimes helps the creative process.
Oh, vodka cures hangovers. Of course it does. You know, I've had enough of them. I'm a guaranteed case. You know.
One martini's all right, two's too many, three's not enough.
We're a restaurant, you've got to be restored. And if you've ordered just something as simple as a vodka and tonic, if it's a very good vodka and tonic, tummy tells brain, that was a good vodka and tonic. And, you know, so it helps everything along the way.
That's proper traditional Polish vodka that the Polish people drink for preference. And they're not wrong, and we should have it too. Well, it's a lovely sweet vodka. You know, it's not a big bang, hit you in the stomach. It actually goes around your mouth, and it's sweet, and it's got a nice spicy sort of cinnamony thing going on.
So what have we learnt? Well, every vodka has its own unique flavour, much like a malt whisky or a fine wine. Luxusova should really be drunk neat, without a mixer. It's much smoother than other vodkas, and it doesn't leave that bitter taste in your throat. Indeed, it's the potatoes in Luxusova which give it that creamy flavour.
It is not necessarily have to be very harming, as my granny said. A little shot every day always make you feel better and helps your circulation and gets you in the right mood and doesn't make you alcoholic.
Well, I was drinking vodka the other night. I met a leggy blonde, she was 6 foot in height. I said I write poetry and I drive a fast car. She said then get your bony ass up to the bar. I was making small talk and she was getting deep. But I was drinking vodka lime, hers were double deep. But 12 vodkas later, of which I drank 4, she was still laughing, I was passed out on the floor. She told me her name, but what it was I don't recall. I got some phone digits, but didn't get them all. Her address was incomplete, her email on the blink. I guess she was forgetful, it must have been the drink. She could tuck him away, I'll say. Vodka, neat, double. Ooh, this girl was trouble.
It's not looked us over till the fat lady sings.
Will toast me. Cheers. To me. And my brother. And mummy. And granny.
And in the 16th century, people used vodka as an after-bath fragrance. You couldn't do that with the Bacardi Breezer.
Well, I think of sex, actually.
Na zdrowie. It's a bit early.
They think it's looks us over. It is now.
Wódka to nie tylko wódka.